We're going to get this thing going in the next day or two, and, you know, Tanner will be the king of the peak. I know you guys are all backing up supporting him. How many kids here have Stokerama shirts on?
Getting ready for our presentation.
I do too. I wish this was a tear-off. I would just rip this shirt open. You can see last year's right here. But yeah, you know, again, that event's going to happen in October. It's sold out. I shouldn't say sold out. It's a free event put on by the Positive Vibe Warriors. But it got booked up in around an hour. So if you guys are in the event, we're super excited to have you. It's going to be a fun day. And, you know, if you didn't get into the event, hopefully next year, it is open to a number of age group divisions. So such a cool event here in San Clemente. But looks like everyone's kind of finding their seats. So we are going to kick this off with a little Q&A tonight. Just going to invite the Gudauskas brothers up and talk about this incredible film that you guys are about to witness. And with no further ado, to my left, Dane Gudauskas. I'd like to welcome Tanner Gudauskas. Put your hands together.
Hey, Tanner.
If you guys want to see him make a semifinal heat, put your hands together for Tanner.
Yeah, Tanner.
That's the spirit. And as well, Patrick Gudauskas. Right here, you guys, we have the Positive Vibe Warriors, and a big part of the Positive Vibe Warrior Foundation, along with Tom and Nancy Gudauskas, who spent a lot of time behind the scenes with these guys, just making everything happen. So super excited for tonight. What an incredible venue. If you guys haven't been here before, they open it up for a lot of different events. So go ahead and sign up for their mailing list, and you'll be pretty much brought up to speed on everything they have going on. I do have one more special individual I want to bring up that worked really hard with these guys on putting this together. Did a lot of travel time.
Sorry, you're not going to be able to really see
friend
anything.
Of the boys, the Positive Vibe Warriors, Graham Nash. Put your hands together.
How about that?
So each of these guys and a lot of other people involved put a huge amount of effort into making this project possible, and Graham was the one who was able to capture it and put it together for you guys' viewing pleasure tonight. So thanks for coming, Graham. We just want to kick off with a couple questions to give you guys a little bit of background on what positive vibration is, what it means, what it does. So Dane, since you already have the mic in your hand.
Yeah, that's awesome.
This is going to be great, by the way. Just to give a broad background on positive vibration and your relationship with Billy Mystic and the crew from Jamnesia, you guys went to Jamaica and saw what?
Well, you know, first off, thanks for everyone for coming. You know, we really appreciate it coming. You know, this is a super special project for us, and it means a lot for you guys to be here and sharing in the stoke and all the way through, really. I mean, there's people here who've donated the surfboards or contributed just the positive energy for the project to make it happen. And a couple years ago, we went down to Jamaica and hung out with the crew down there, and it's unreal. It's really, you know, Positive Vibe Warriors, what does that mean? We started it out of an idea, you know, of overcoming adversity in your own way and keeping the positive spirit in your heart alive. And we knew we had to go to Jamaica because that's, to us, where it, you know, emanated from. And so it's super special. So we went down there, hung out. There's a rad little surf crew of kids like your guys' age, and everyone, and they just got their dreadlocks, and they're just psyching, they're smiling all day long and surfing their brains out and ripping, blowing the tail out, doing huge airs. And the only difference was their surfboards looked like they had been put together like 6 or 7 times, and you know, they didn't even really have fins or stuff, and you know, but their hearts were so pure and they loved it, you know. And Billy Mystic was a character who had a great vision and a love for the community. And so we knew we really wanted to affect a change over there and try our best to do anything we could. And this was just a small idea that, you know, thanks to your guys' help, turned into something bigger than that. So yeah, that's where it came from.
And you guys accomplished that by doing a surfboard drive in which you know, thought you may have gotten 10 surfboards donated. You didn't know what the possibilities were, but Tanner, when you guys started getting the feedback on social media. How did it feel to have so many people willing to help you guys out, and then simultaneously being a little bit overwhelmed with the quantity of surfboards that you guys received?
And not just the quantity, but the variety of the surfboards. Like we had paddle boards, we had like Laird Hamilton stand-ups, wind surfboards complete, and it was insane. Like, and so many of you donated boards. I mean, some of the kids here in the front donated the sickest little shred sticks that went like Pringle chips for the kids down there. It was insane. And you know, we used the social media because that was kind of our only outlet for it that we could find. And we were just overwhelmed with the turnout. The first week, you know, we had like maybe 6 or 7 boards, and we were frothing. Like literally, we're like, yes, we have 6 or 7 boards. This is insane. We'll just take these down there. And then the next week there was maybe like 56 boards. And then we were like, oh my goodness, we can't take 56 boards down there. We don't have that many board bags. And then the next week and so on. And I think we ended up with about 215 boards, which is super rad.
Yeah, put your hands together for 215 boards. That's super cool. And, you know, with surfing being in the Olympics, not that competition's the end all be all, but with that, you know, and this amount of boards going to Jamaica, I mean, is there a chance, Pat, that a kid that's, you know, 4 to 8 years from now could potentially be in the Olympics for the Jamaican surf team that learned on one of these boards?
Yeah, I think so. I think, you know, it reminded us a little bit of the Jamaican bobsled team.
That's
It's a true classic.
We grew up watching it, and I was like, this is so this moment where these kids could come from obscurity to that platform, that stage. And, you know, we went to Kingston a couple nights, which is notoriously pretty, you know, hectic, you know, I think would be the word to use. And you know, they were really receptive to us being there. And you're seeing this energy about, you know, Usain Bolt and these incredible athletes that come from there. And you couldn't help but think, here's these kids that have that same athletic ability, and, you know, they could just go all the way. And, you know, our dream would be that one day there would be those kids on the world tour or in the Olympics competing, and, you know, they would look back and say, gosh, all the surfboards everyone donated here was a catalyst to becoming on a world stage surfer, you know. So it's definitely in the cards.
Perfect. Well, let's keep the mic coming back towards me. Tanner, don't skip him. He is, poor guy. It's just been the younger brother. Tanner, what was the reaction when like this whole thing was unwrapped and Billy Mystic and Iva and the crew, the Wilmots, like what was the reaction to the amount of surfboards?
It was unreal. I mean, they called us immediately, and well, Dana had been talking to Billy, and it was over the top. They couldn't believe how many boards were in the container, because we packed the container at our house. We had bubble wrapped boards in 6-packs, and then it was just getting like guerrilla, like, okay, this has fins on it, this has a single fin, this has glass on, like just get it together and just wrap it up. And there's some footage in the movie that's really cool. Like, actually, I think it's the very first moment when they open the container, and you can tell that it was just pure stoke.
That's so cool. Dane, you know, for a lot of us, most of us probably haven't been to Jamaica. Like, just can you kind of describe the experience of the countryside and what it like tastes and smells like, and just like your version of it? Was it what you imagined it to be, or was it different? Or because there's good waves there too.
Everything's good about it, Jamaica. I love it. But it's just, if I could just take a snapshot from my vision of what I saw. It's so funny, you're surfing these waves, and then it's like neon blue water, and there's no one around, obviously, yeah, because no one really surfs around there. And these kids are just these tiny little ripped up, they're so athletic, and they have their heads are huge because they have their hair with the dreadlocks, and they're smiling the whole way. And it's like, and you're like, oh my, yes. It's like seeing a shooting star. And they're just the raddest people. And I mean, the mountains are huge, and it's just a beautiful place to see and to feel the energy. The energy is the most, you know, tangible part of the whole place. So yeah, that's kind of it.
Incredible, Dane. Thank you for sharing. And Graham, we've got a question for you, man. You've been a big part of the Vans family and a big part of projects with the G-Boys for a number of years. Like, how did it feel to work on something that was so socially impactful, especially in a place like surfing that you love and document on a regular basis?
Yeah, this was honestly one of the most special projects I've been a part of.
Graham Nash.
I've known these guys, I think we met probably 2003 or so. And the first trip we did was Western Australia and got to experience so much